The United Nations must not fail.
And so the spotlight turns toward the world body, where an immediate solution seems unlikely. Egyptian delegate Fawzi demands Israel's unconditional withdrawal from Gaza, and the word sanctions is mentioned. The response from Tel Aviv is an unqualified no. Then Lebanon's Foreign Minister Malik formally calls for sanctions. But even as it seems the die is cast, behind-the-scenes diplomacy produces signs of compromise that might lead to a United Nations solution.
Sea of Galilee. In reprisal against Syrian fire, Israeli troops leveled an Arab village. The area, claimed by Israel but called a no-man's land by Syria, is under United Nations supervision. Despite the new outbreaks of shooting, UN officials are reported hopeful that negotiations may lead to a solution of the dispute.
If Paris is calm, Algiers is far from calm. While the fate of France hangs in the balance, Algeria is virtually a separate state under its own government, the Committee of Public Safety. If anyone here does not support the committee or does not want to see de Gaulle in power in Paris, he'll be wise to keep it to himself. For the French colonists and thousands of Muslims as well are Gaullists to a man. Key figure on the committee is Parachute Commander General Massu. Commander-in-Chief in Algeria is General Salon. Both declare that at all costs the breach with Paris must not be widened, but they believe only de Gaulle can heal it, and meanwhile they will run things their way. Excitement reaches fever pitch with the arrival from France of the colonist hero Jacques Soustelle, ex-Governor General of Algeria, whose reappointment they have been demanding. Soustelle favors the toughest possible line in the war against the Arab nationalists. The Paris government did everything they could to keep him in France, but he made a cloak and dagger escape from police surveillance, reached Algiers, and joined the Committee of Public Safety.
The tour of the Belgian Congo by the Regent Prince Charles is the latest sign of Europe's determination to secure her frontiers beyond the seas. At Paulis, in Stanleyville, Prince Charles was presented with gifts by local chiefs. In scenes vividly recalling our own royal family's tour of the native African states, he was met everywhere with similar demonstrations of loyalty. Mangbita's tribesmen sent their best exponents of ritual Congo dances to entertain the visiting prince. Though the dances have lost the...
This was the conflict that ruffled the waters of Geneva. In the conference room, the nations still expressed their faith in peace. Outside, they kept their powder dry.
Town of Kitwe in northern Rhodesia, just across the border from the Congo, come the refugees, with whatever they could bring, and often bearing marks of the trouble they had getting away. Further north, at the frontier post of Kasumbalesa, families arrive by car and on foot, and even the children are armed. For in the tragedy that has struck the heart of Africa, these people were taking no chances. Rhodesian police take charge of the refugees' weapons for safekeeping until their possible return to the Congo. But some of them aren't too hopeful, remembering the sight of their burnt-out shops in Elizabethville. It'll be a long time before the Congo is back to normal, and who can predict what normal will mean? In Elizabethville, under the protection of Belgian paratroopers, there are still refugees waiting at the boys' college to get away. Belgian troops in Elizabethville have the help of loyal Congolese. In Leopoldville, storm center of the crisis, evidence of the bitterness that has swept the newborn republic can be seen on every hand. In this car, an Italian consul died, a neutral victim of a tragedy that grows more complex every day. Most Congolese hope that independence would mean freedom and a chance to build up their own land. So far, it has meant anger and chaos, black against white, nation against nation. There's a long way to go before a new generation of Congolese...
These first films taken from behind Katanga lines show Katangese soldiers fighting through the streets of Elizabethville in their war with the United Nations. The Katanga troops are attempting to secure a foothold in an area surrounding UN headquarters. Many Europeans caught in crossfire action in this residential section of Elizabethville have been evacuated. Although the cameraman filmed these scenes under fire, he was unable to focus on any UN soldiers. But it can be presumed they are not far off, noting the major use of small arms by the Katangese. Katanga's President, Moise Tshombe, inspects a hospital which is said to have been bombed by United Nations planes. Tshombe has said he will not consider ceasefire negotiations.